3, 2, 1. Let's rock. Starts off at Magician's Isle from Suikoden 1. The intense conversation here between Lekna and Luke. Luke's decided that he doesn't want to live this life anymore, and he's done. He's out. It's over. And he's going to do the adult thing and take everyone out with him, of course. But essentially, this chapter is the story through the villain's point of view. A much more condensed version of it, of course. It's actually very nice. When I first played this casually, I thought this was really cool. You don't really see stuff like this before, where you get to play as the villains. Even though it is a much shorter version of the game, it only lasts about an hour. It's still nice to get their point of view and see things through their eyes, which is what Suikoden 3 is all about. Right? Yes, that's right. Saving the world from stagnation. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. The interesting thing about Luke's chapter, and yes, by the way, this is mega spoilers for anyone who hasn't played the game. Much like any speedrun is, but essentially this gives away everything. But no one's probably reading the text this fast anyway, so not too worried about it. But anyway, the actual interesting thing about playing this chapter is a lot of things happen as they did when you played the game normally. So it's not always the same. The battles depend on what you did during your playthrough of this save file. And because of that, there is some actually speed tech by going through the entire game and setting up this chapter to play it optimally as fast as possible. Which unfortunately means winning the battles when you play the game, which actually skips the battles when you play through the chapter. We'll go through that a little bit in more detail as we get to each different battle. So yeah, I've actually never done this before. Previously, when I did an all chapters speedrun, it's based on that one save file that I did for the speedrun, which means losing a lot of fights, which means you have to fight those battles again in this chapter. But for this marathon, I created an entire new save file to do things the opposite way of what you do in an all chapter speedrun, and because of that, we'll be skipping some battles. The one thing I didn't know beforehand is this first battle right here, well, not this one, the second battle, because the idea is that if you win the battles that you're not supposed to win during your playthrough, it will skip them in this chapter. That's not always true though, and this is the biggest example of why that's not true. So at Great Hollow in Godot's Chapter 1, you will come out here and fight what you think is Chris, but is actually Sarah. This is a never-before-seen battle right here. Now, because maybe not many people have seen this spell ever, I'm going to show it to you right now. Play as Luke. Level 4 when you use the spell. Here it is. The only time in the game you get to see it. This is not optimal. Optimal is just Sarah Breath of Ice. It's much faster. Dragons, excessive damage, tornadoes, big damage. Let's go. Getting items, of course, huge time loss. Every little thing matters when you're basically speedrunning an auto-scroller. So that's a never-before-seen battle. Just you guys versus a few lizards. This one, though, you do see when you're playing Ditto Chapter 1. Now, if you lose this, which most people do, it's fine, the story continues onwards. But I wanted to see what would happen if you won this battle, what would happen in Luke's chapter. And I thought, well, maybe it'll skip the entire battle. But this is one of the examples where it does not matter what you do, we're still going to fight this right now. Obviously, that's a much faster spell than the level 4 Wind Rune, so that's what you would use in the first battle and that battle. But despite the fact that I won that battle when I played through on this save file, you still fight it. I don't know why, but that's the way it goes this time around. The battle's not necessarily hard to win when you're playing through it casually. You just kind of got to get lucky. Because Chris, or who's actually Sarah, can use Kindness Rain and Breath of Ice, and Breath of Ice is just going to wipe you out. So you essentially got to just try it probably, I think I did it 20 times before I actually won. It's not hard, you just really just do auto battle and wait till you get lucky. Well, we will actually be selling all of our stuff later so we can upgrade Luke's weapon to maximum in Claria. Because that actually helps with the duel versus your clone brother at the very end of the chapter. And then we would have thought Luke would be a physical powerhouse, but it does make a difference when you're in the duels, so that's what you do. So this is at Karah Village, where essentially you're kind of fanning the flames of war. Since we don't have Breath of Ice, I'm just going to go shredding. Yeah, he's kind of a clone, kind of his brother. Not really either. The way they depict it in this game is actually kind of creepy. There's this orb full of body parts, and they just say that this is what you are, and then he vomits, and then he gets this earth rune taken from him, which you don't actually see on screen, but that's how it goes down. Yeah, Uber rocking his smooth criminal outfit in this game. Not very intimidating. Probably got picked on a lot for choosing this way this outfit, but you know. Apparently it's easier to move around the grasslands than heavy armor of a Dark Lord. Yeah, this is also where Lulu dies. Basically, Sarah cast a spell of, I guess, bloodlust over the entire village, so anyone that enters it goes crazy. That's why Boris comes in and kills everyone. You don't really find out about the real reason until this chapter. I'll do my best to summarize it. Agree with that, Doc. Probably my worst favorite character in the entire series. Dialogue options in this chapter. You definitely want to optimize them for maximum speed. I have to kill you. There you go. I think that's like one text box faster. Insane time saving. Snow is just a character that you love to dislike. I think we all know someone in our life who reminds us of Snow. I've got a few people. Always complaining about their arm not working to try and get out of work. Here's the Bloodlust spell I was talking about earlier. Drive people nuts. There's Albert, and he's a Silverberg, Caesar's older brother. He's the one plotting and scheming. And at the very end of the game, he says, "Peace, I'm out. I got my resume updated, created an entire war in the grasslands, and now I've had enough." Have some fun here. Not many people maybe have seen this one before. It's Eiyuden's rune. A lot of people think it's a true rune. Is it or isn't it? Big damage either way. And let's go level 3 for the fans. All right. So all those battles are standard. The next battle that would have happened in the game, we can talk about the differences starting at the next area. So again, the battles in this game, a lot of them you're not supposed to win. Just fine, that's classic Suikoden, right? Just to advance the plot, win or lose. Maybe get a nice item if you win. But like I said, they have an impact on how this chapter plays out. If you win battles that you're not supposed to win, you skip them in this chapter. Always mash with triangle. You don't want to accidentally hit X on the save screen because then you got to load up the save and cancel out. Big time loss. This is very serious today, as you guys can tell by me using wind rune magic that's slow. Well, this is the first instance in the game. During a speedrun, you actually skip the battle with Uber here. That's optimal for speed. And because of that, we will be skipping the battle in Luke's chapter. So in the context of a speed run of today's run versus a previous all chapters run, this will be the same. Welcome in, C Unit. You got me for an hour today and maybe a few hours tomorrow. Unfortunately, this was kind of a short notice marathon, but I still wanted to contribute. I did not have a 12-hour block of time available. And honestly, that would have taken a few other slots away from other people, so I'm okay with it. More people got to contribute, which is important, considering why we're here this weekend. This weekend, even. My personal favorite game series, of course, I wanted to contribute, even if it was something small. Flame champion name for this file is, of course, Murayama. everyone look forward to the remasters, and also Eiyuden Chronicles coming out right next month. So what's interesting about you running away from this battle is if you read the dialogue options that you're actually picking in the game during Hugo's chapter, he actually insinuates that you're going to go in for a frontal assault, but you actually don't. You just run away off to the side. Crystal Valley, the only time we get an inside peek to Harmonia. We'll be back here later. Was anyone fooled by this man's identity when they played this as a kid? If you read the instruction booklet, you would have seen his face without the mask. Just a minor oversight there. Alright, here at the village of the Mantors, I will show you guys Luke's one true weakness. He's got a big one. Does anyone know what it is? There's Edge off to the side. Supposed to be going to the village entrance right now, but something over here I want to look at. The man can't climb a ladder. There's a dialogue option in Godot's Chapter 2 here that you pick, and the one that you pick while playing through this game is the same one that's repeated here. Another opportunity for approximately 0.01 seconds of time savings. It's a big deal, let me tell you. Anyone have the manga for 3? I don't, but I've seen it. Seen some scans of it somewhere. Now we get to control Sarah too, which is great. She's got my favorite running animation. Getting those elbows out. Can Sarah climb a ladder? No. She doesn't need to, though. She can just teleport wherever she wants to go, I guess. Same with Luke. So nothing happens here in the story. Just a little bit of text that you get to read. Kind of get Luke and Sarah's little point of view on some plot points. And no battles, though. Walk around with Luke, walk around with Sarah, and that's it. Thank you, Doc. I was waiting for that, actually. Usually when I stream, I'm always doing something 12, 13, 16 hours long. So just out of habit today, I got all my snacks and my bottles of water and everything set up the way I like it. And then I realized, oh yeah, it's just an hour. I don't need any of this. It's my favorite rune in the series. Good question. Soul Eater is pretty strong. Very popular answer, but that might be mine as well. So here we are, Alma Kinan. This is chapter 3, where you fight a battle against these three. A lot of people lose this battle. Understandably, you're not really supposed to win. And even as a kid, I remember playing this. I'm like, man, I gotta win that fight. And you'd grind and you'd sharpen your weapons and you'd buy the best equipment. And you'd still lose. But now, once you really figure out the game mechanics, it's quite easy. You just max out Jizos and use magic and upgrade your skill level in whatever magic you're using, and you just win very easily. Magic is very powerful in this game, if you didn't know. So, the last time I did a run of Luke's chapter, which was included in the all-chapter speedrun, I would actually fight this battle and win by using Luke's shredding spell. This time, though, let's see what happens. On guard. Psych. We don't fight it. Now, you might think that saves a lot of time, but since the battles are over in one move, it really doesn't save a whole lot of time. Just a little bit. There you go. Since we won the battle on this save file, we get to skip it in this chapter. Yeah, punishment story is good. Strong. Tailgate also good. That's right, I won the fight so fast you didn't even see it. So here we are at Claria. This is the one sticking point of Luke's chapter where I tried so many different things and could never really figure out a way to get Albert to appear in this room. So you arrive and you're waiting for Albert. Albert is late. So you gotta just say, well, let's go walk around town, see if we can find him. Albert's not anywhere. So the timer is 25:30, we'll just say 25:40. We need to be back here at 30:40. The way to get Albert to show up is to wait 5 minutes of real time. So we got 5 minutes to kill. I'm gonna go here. Let's buy some Fury Runes. And we're making Luke physical build today. Throw on Uber as well, just in case. Sarah, I need that to harvest for cash, so I'm taking that rage. Claria has a dojo. We're going to go up there and train Luke as a physical fighter. But here's Hortez saying, I have an unusual face. Well, because I'm wearing a mask. Again, we're doing this to build up Luke as a physical fighter because it makes a difference in the final duel of the game. Don't really need accuracy, it doesn't matter for a duel, but in case we fail a run or show off Luke's fireball skills, I can. And we got free time to kill. Same thing with the Uber. Maximum accuracy. Let's go over here while we're in Claria. This guy's name is Mike, yet he says his name is Leonard. Interesting. Why would he do that? Alright. Sell everything. Almost everything. Also has a blacksmith. If you come here during this time in the story, comparatively for whatever team you're using, you cannot sharpen this high. Very suspicious. At all. I'm just killing time because we're out of things to do in Claria. $30.40. We're early. Albert's not here, so you actually got to wait. Do some laps around the inn here. Unfortunately, I tried so many things that I thought might trigger Albert to return. Talking to people, leaving town, or trying to leave town, doing things and going back and checking. None of it worked. So maybe there is a faster way to get Albert to show up, but the definitive can't miss way is just to wait 5 minutes of real time. Yes, the ultimate speed running strats right here. Hey, Albert's here. Look at that. Amazing. Now, this run does have a little bit of variance to it. Outside of either fighting or skipping battles, you do have 2 areas where you're actually walking and can get into random encounters. This next area is one of them. Known in this chapter as Serenia, you may know it as the Flame Champion Hideaway, but we get the actual name in this chapter. Music is quite nice. So how many random encounters will we get before we get to the teleporter? Get your bets in now. More importantly, how many failed runs will there be? You can actually die here. If you fail a bunch of runs to those floating gold... Yeah, this guy. Nice timing. This guy's actually kind of strong. It's a hit all, earthquake / fire spell. Those are a really embarrassing run to fail because they don't do anything for, I think, 4 turns or 3 turns, and they act on the 4th turn when they just explode and detonate. Don't want to fail that one. That would just take a while. 5 total opponents. Alright, 3. C-Unit had it right. What's up, Zeno? Welcome in. Thank you, Owl's Nest, for the good luck. I'm gonna need it. This chapter is intense. 3 encounters, no failed runs. I think my best is 2 encounters and no failed runs. So again, this is another battle where you would fight in the normal course of a playthrough, but on this save file, I won this battle. So we're going to see again what just happened in Alma Kinan. Screen's going to flash, and it's just going to skip it entirely. Not entertaining at all for the viewers, but this is the ultimate speed tech for Luke's chapter. And again, you're not really saving a whole lot of time because this battle's over in 1 move anyway, so it's not like you're saving minutes. But it is technically optimal. And even though this battle is back-to-back with the Fire Dragon, where you get the True Fire Rune, it's still easy enough to win with the proper setup, which is, of course, Geizos and high-level magic spells with your magic skill levels bumped up to max. Nice battle. The other interesting thing is, in the regular game, when you get here, you would fight 3 chimeras along with Luke, Sarah, and Uber. But in this game, if you lose the battle in the main playthrough and you're playing through Luke's chapter, you get to control Luke's party, obviously. But the chimeras aren't there. despite the fact that he just literally summoned them a few seconds ago. So you don't get to control the chimeras. They just don't exist in this chapter. And next up, we got the ancient pathway, where again we can get into random encounters. And they have the troll dragons here, the blue floating dragons, which take a long time to run away from if you fail a run. So you definitely don't want to see that. No, it's not intense, it's a cave. Doc. Set myself up for that one. You're welcome for the assist. All joking aside, I did think this bonus chapter was really cool when I was a kid. First time I played it. Get to see things from the villain's point of view, which you don't see very often. My only complaint about it is I just wish it was longer. We'll have one more battle to talk about, winning versus losing in a normal playthrough. In a few more areas. Yeah, we got the Sindar Ruins, another visit to Crystal Valley, another visit to Le Bouc, and then to Mount Sinai, which would be Ghetto's subchapter in Chapter 5. But if you want to get your guesses in again, feel free. How many encounters? How many failed runs? Alright. So the Sindar Ruins are a big maze, which you solve by going to the right path and then making a immediate right turn. Alright, we did it. There's one. No, not like this. No. Hey, we might die here. That'd be great. Yikes. We're so close, too. That's exactly why they are called troll dragons. You know, I think the time loss from those two failed escapes completely wiped out the time savings from skipping the 2 battles. Yeah, that's true. The world was almost saved. Oh well. I know. The attack animations are really what kills you. You gotta fly over to you, shake their head a few times. Blue fire attack, or their hit all attack, which goes around the entire battlefield. The perfect name for that enemy. Fun fact, an actual Suikoden 3 speedrun. A lot of your outcome is going to be determined by how many failed runs you have. There are some really bad failed runs in this game. That's not even one of the worst ones. Although it's up there for sure. How does Jimba get ahead of you? That's an excellent question. You know, when you're going through the ancient highway and you go through that door, you're in a little tunnel and then you're magically outside again. So I like to think Jimba just hopped over the mountain. You know, the door was actually useless in the end. You didn't even need to open it. Something I didn't know when I was playing through this game again on this save file. I actually left in Chris's chapter 3 to do some grinding for skill points before going to Alma Kinan to fight that battle versus Luke, Sarah, and Uber. And I went to Great Hollow to sharpen weapons because that's the closest place you can go. And also upgrade your physical skill attributes. And Jim was hanging out in the dojo at the Great Hollow, and you could talk to him directly with Chris. I never knew that before. And he says something like, "I'm really busy right now. Whatever we're going to talk about, we can do it later." Thanks, Dad. Yeah, KF Crispy got it right, of course. They've never been here before, Jimba has. They were probably wandering around the left side, and Jim was like, no, I'm just going to go right. And yeah, you could have fought Jimba here, like maybe a duel or something, or do something. What happened right here? How'd it go down? I want to know. Yes, and the dog on the left side of the ruins is the most oddly behaving dog. Kind of just stands on two... Actually, my dog can do that too. Stand on its hind legs and go around in an entire circle. So I get it. And there's the one that's hanging off the side of the cliff. There's one in the Great Hollow. Obviously the main dog is in Mount Hightower. What's up, Clive? An old hacky sack. So this is what we're made out of right here. Floating orb of goo and eyeballs. That's it. That's everything right there. You can't handle the truth. Nash can't handle getting bodied right there. And give me that earth rune. Taking that. So Luke has the ultimate secret technique to harvest true runes. Even though he already has one. People can't have two, but he figured out how to upset the balance of the runes and take one if he needs it. Somehow. For story reasons. Sad to see my boy Nash get bodied like that, though. We are officially in the auto-scroller part of the chapter, starting with Crystal Valley. Then there was that short scene in Lebuc where Luke pretty much confirms that he's out to destroy this entire part of the world. And now we're here. So like I mentioned before, there's a battle here that you can fight. And to advance the plot, you can win or lose. It does not matter. And much like the battle at Great Hollow at the beginning of this chapter, it actually does not matter in this chapter what you did. Win or lose, you do not fight the battle in this chapter either way. Although what I will do is check the tape on this run and compare it side by side to a previous run of Luke's chapter to see if there's any difference. I don't think there is, but maybe it's a few text boxes or something. Either way, we must find the true optimal way to get through Luke's chapter. Same regardless. Next up will be at Brass Castle. Nothing happens there. And then we got a duel where I get to show off my physical build of Luke. The Fury Rune, upgraded weapon, and upgraded skill points for damage. Let's go. You've got like 6 times where you can save during this chapter. A little excessive. Especially saving in between location changes where you can't do anything but advance text. But again, I'm just happy to be here. I'm actually happy to get a good lead in for once. Normally I'm sandwiched in between 2 of SRD's runs. It's incredibly deflating. Just kidding. But I got that hot Suikoden 2 lead in today. And Zero's following me next. It's a good time slot. Well, I didn't catch Tom's run. That was a bit early. So if anyone saw that, let me know how it went. We'll go check it out later, but for now, he was just practicing it the other day, so I'm assuming it went well. Well, this is the part in the story where Luke is just harvesting everyone's true runes. Sarah actually grabs Chris her true water rune without Luke's help, so she knows what's up too. Flame champion for this file was Hugo. Flame champion name was Murayama. Castle name was Eiyuden. You don't really see that in this chapter. We'll see it tomorrow though. We'll see it for Thomas's chapters. Another opportunity to save. And here we are. Last part of the game. Ceremonial site. After this, we've got credits, and then the final scene back at Magician's Isle with Lekna. Don't think I don't have anything planned for the credits, because you know I do, so stay ready. Behind that pillar right there, no one saw him. See ya, Dios. Alright, let's go. How many turns? How many turns will this duel be? My record is 2. Couple death blows. Let's see it. Worst opener possible. Look at that damage. Dang. It's like a 4-turner, guys. Sorry. Yeah, that's the trick. You can see how this feels, and then it defends. Nice try. I'm not going to be fooled today. Technically, this is the final boss. It's the last fight you'll ever fight in this game. Not chronologically, but literally. Technically, the last fight in the series, right? Unfortunately, you don't get to fight the party as the Wind Dragon, which would have been awesome. But no dice. It's not over yet. Next chapter includes text at the very end after the credits. Technically, the last thing you do is, the duel. Anyone remember when I did an all chapters run and I missed the sub 16 hour mark by like a minute? and I missed it because I changed the rules to Kuroku's chapter to where you actually have to do something. End up owning myself forever. True one and done speedrun. That'll never happen ever again. So close to that sub 16-hour time. Which wasn't a goal time, it was just really annoying that I got like 16:01 or I forget what the time is. Something like that. Man, could I have not just saved a minute and change somewhere? Excellent question. We do have the standard load-bearing final boss. I'm not sure how these guys... I mean, just stand there and it'll be fine. Maybe that tall pillar in the back there, I don't know. This game kind of fakes you out. Fade to black, fade to black, fade to black. No, just kidding. Still more text. We officially hit the 1 hour mark. Still got another 10 minutes or so. What's up, High Spirits? Thank you for the raid. Came just in time for the end of a speed run for an auto-scroller. It's very exciting stuff. We appreciate it nonetheless. There will be more fast-paced action after this with Zero's Run, the Eiyuden companion game, Eiyuden Rising. So look forward to that in about 10, 15 minutes, something like that. For now, we've got about 8 minutes of credits. And unfortunately, it means the run's not over, because there is text after the credits back at Magician's Isle. So what are we going to do, everyone? What will we do for the next 8 minutes? Anyone have an idea of what we will do? Does it? What's my leaderboard time anyway? Can anyone inform me of what my time is? Does it include the credits though? Serious question. Check the end of that video. It doesn't include the credits. All right. Well, what was my time today then? How close was I? Oops. All right. Who wants a piece? Let's raise some money. Break my own world record? Never. Suikoden 3 is done. That project is finished. So is 4, so is 5. I've got all the world records. 3 any percent 108, 4 any percent 108, 5 any percent 108. It's time to move on and do something else. Anyone want to play me in dice? Ready. I'm ready. Oh, look at that. Trip 6s. Trip 5s. Yeah, 1 and 2. I always wanted to save the best for last. I got a 2. Don't worry, Hellcat, you can always come in tomorrow. Well, for 1 and 2, I'd probably use PSTV. Because that's where Zero set up all the cool stuff. But for 3, 4, and 5, it was all original. PS. 5 was PS2. And it was like PS7 and PS3 versions. Well, if someone, like I need a challenger for dice. If I lose, I give gift subs. That's how it works. If you lose, nothing happens. So everyone wins. Well, the reason you can't find a PS TV in the US is because Zero bought them all and is hoarding them in his basement. True story. I was lucky to find one. Alright, C Unit. You want to roll first or you want me to roll first? Alright, C Unit's going first. Zero, you're not fooling anyone. Alright. Roll. Nothing. Triple? Does that mean I automatically lose? Yeah, because it's not triple one, right? Triple one is a loss. Triple three is something? Yeah, storm. Damn it. I'm still gonna roll anyway. Nothing. Alright, a 5, I lose, okay. Who else wants to go? Yeah. Trips. That triples my gift subs too. Great. Good roll. Thanks. Thanks for destroying me. Appreciate it. Any other takers? Alright, Hellcat, what you got? You want to roll first, or you want me to roll first? Alright, Hellcat's rolling. Oh, hold on a second. No, you'll go second. Alright. First, we must do this. This is Luke's spirit right here, accompanied by Sarah's later, apparently. No matter how futile our struggles seem, they all make a difference. Remember that, everyone. And remember this final time. 108.51. I have not done that in years. That was nice. Suikoden 3's Leknot is my favorite, aesthetically. Now we get a very nice image at the very end of the game. Now loading. So this is Luke and Leknot and a very young Sarah after they kidnapped her from Harmonia and brought her back to Magician's Isle. Nice image.